YouTube, ¿cómo estás? ¿Qué pasa? Buenavidos. The old man here, Trash Can Johnson. And today, we're going to talk about the Season 5 update that happened a few days ago and how finally Call of Duty finally got an update right for Warzone 2. And all we can say, it's about time.
About time. I mean, I just couldn't get the ball in the hole. I wanted to, but I just couldn't do it.
And the reason why I say they finally got this update right is because they fixed something that has been wrong with this game since the start. As you guys know, the movement in Warzone 2 is nothing compared to what it was in Warzone 1. The movement is clunky, it's kind of slow, it's just not fluid. But they did buff two things: sliding and jumping. Two very important things that you want to use when you want to outplay your opponent and build any kind of skill gap. So we're going to go ahead and tackle this real quick. So as far as the movement buffs, this is what they did. Slide. Decrease slide time and increase the slide velocity so the player covers the same distance in a shorter amount of time. Allowed the player to fire slightly sooner after initiating a slide. This is huge. As you guys know, sliding in Warzone 2 is useless. That's why everybody used the inverted settings where you tap the dolphin die, you hold the slide. Sliding took too long to cover a distance. It guy took forever to pop up, and then you couldn't shoot when you slide. These were things that were very, very valuable in Warzone 1, and we couldn't do in Warzone 2. Now, you're able to cover a good amount of distance and speed up that velocity, and you're also able to pop up a lot faster. And you're allowed to fire your gun when you slide now. Now it's super important to use slide. Now when you slide downstairs, you're going to go faster. When you slide around the corner, you can chow someone because you can actually fire your gun. This is very important, and I think a lot of people are going to go back to the default settings to where you tap the slide and you hold the dolphin dive. Next, jump. Small increase to the lateral velocity boost while jumping. Small reduction to the landing slowdown penalty while landing. This is another very important buff. As you guys know, when you were jumping lateral or jumping right, it was overpowered, but you didn't really cover too much distance. That's why a lot of people, when you would jump left or right in a gunfight or through a door, through a corner, you would land and then you take that initial jump. Now you get a velocity boost. So now when you jump left or right, your guy's going to jump a little bit farther now. So now you're really going to be able to break people's cameras, really turn people around, and really make those engagements a lot more fun. Now you also see a small reduction to the landing slowdown penalty while landing. As you guys know, when you jump, you have a landing penalty. So when you would jump, like in Warzone 1, you would jump. As soon as you land, you would jump again, and you would keep that same, I guess you would say, height when you were jumping. In this one, every time you jumped, your guy would start to slow down a lot faster and a lot faster. They actually took that away, so now you can actually jump a lot more. It's kind of like when you throw a basketball down a hallway. You get that first initial bounce, and then it's a bounce, it's a bounce, it's a bounce, and then it starts to get smaller. Warzone 2, your first bounce was high, and then every bounce after that was slower and smaller, a lot faster. The one thing they didn't tell you, this really only falls under when you're hip firing. Whenever you ADS while you're jumping, you still have the ADS penalty. So remember, when you're doing the lateral jumps, initiate all your shots with the hip fire, then follow up with the ADS, so that way you don't hit that penalty right away. So that's pretty much what they did with the movement buffs, and these are very, very good, and I'm glad that they finally did it right. So that's pretty much all I wanted to go over today. I'm not going to go crazy into the update. There's already tons of videos on it. I just wanted to give you guys my opinion and how I felt about it. Overall, I felt that this update was very important, and these were changes that needed to be done. I think this is going to be the best thing for the community that Warzone 2 has done. Also, I'm going to have a few clips right now of me sliding and shooting, and me jumping, so you guys can see that now how there's a big difference of how that you can do these things now versus how you could before Season 5. With that being said, this is the man, Trash Can Johnson. Thank you guys so much. If you can help the channel by smashing a like on the video and subbing to the channel, you guys have yourself a good day. Peace.